Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Rainbow Six Siege video. In this video, we'll be covering the first round of updates to the TTS server since Shifting Tides has launched. So basically the first draft of the mid-season reinforcements. We'll be going over all the changes to the game and how that can affect the operators themselves. But before we continue with the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out and you'll always have some Siege videos to watch. Now let's begin. Starting off, every weapon is going to ADS a little bit slower. Apparently there was an animation overhaul in Ember Rise which accidentally decreased the ADS time for every weapon. So they're fixing this and making all the weapons ADS like they did pre-Ember Rise. And here are the times on screen. Then we have some slight buffs to Blackbeard. Now the ADS time penalty should only affect his weapons when the gun shield is actually equipped. When it isn't, the ADS timings will be the same as any other assault rifle. And now the angle grip actually works on the Scar. All these changes should make him a little bit better and make his timings feel more in line with the other weapons. I think it's just a good little change to Blackbeard. Next up, Ekko is getting some huge nerfs. Ekko and his yokai are now able to be hacked by Dokebi, and Ekko is no longer immune to Dokebi's logic bomb. It affects him like any other defender. In addition to that, when Ekko dies, he drops a phone, and when Dokebi hacks the observation tools, it now grants access to the yokai drones. Finally, the yokai's lights, whenever it's not cloaked, have now been changed to reflect if it's been hacked or not. Hopefully this will make him less annoying to play against and decrease his ban rate, so people might actually get to play Ekko in ranked. ELA has had the recoil of her Scorpion Evo reduced for the first 16 shots. After those 16, the recoil will be like the current version. The Scorpion is one of the hardest to control weapons in the entire game, so I do think it actually needs this buff. With that being said, we'll have to wait and see if it's too much. I'm already getting those ELA release flashbacks of the Scorpion just doing so much damage and just laser beaming people. Next, Finca's Spear 308 is getting a damage buff. It's going from 38 up to 42. Hopefully this makes the weapon better and makes playing Finca less frustrating and a bit more viable. Jaeger's AR is also getting its damage nerfed. It's going from 43 damage to 38 damage. Jaeger's AR has always been one of the best weapons on defense, so I'm glad they're nerfing it a little and trying to make it more in line and more even with the other weapons on defense. While we're talking about nerfing weapons on defense, they are removing the ACOG from Maestro's Alda. They said it's already good and removing this ACOG will hopefully highlight its other qualities. I'm very mixed about this. On one hand, I feel like an LMG with an ACOG on defense is just a little too strong. On the other hand, it's an LMG on defense and already has a ton of utility because of that. We're definitely going to have to see how this affects him and his pick rate and just his performance overall. Next, the FMG9 for Nook and Smoke is getting a damage buff. Its damage is going from 30 to 34. Now, as a Nook man myself, I can't tell you how exciting this buff is for me. The FMG9 has always been a laser beam that hits like a marshmallow. Now, what I mean by this is it has almost no recoil and can get those headshots pretty easily, but if you hit anywhere else, you deal just so little damage. I can't wait to test this buff out and see how much it affects the results of using Nook or Smoke. Lastly, Ying is getting some changes to her Candela. Her Candelas now have an outline that only Ying can see. They improved the distribution of the flashes to make them more reliable. They increased the number of flashes thrown out by 1, so there's 1 at ground level, 3 at hip level, and 3 at head level. The pellet detonation time has also been reduced to 0.3 seconds, and the pellets that hit props like map items and stuff like that will keep their velocity instead of it's dropping to the floor and detonating on the ground. Now these buffs for Ying are definitely going to make her flashes more reliable, which I think people want. It's extremely frustrating to throw a Candela right in front of someone and then have them not get flashed because the pellets wanted to just go crazy or not work. Hopefully this makes her better and causes more people to pick her up and set up breaches and like actually play as a team. And that's going to be it for this video. I want to hear from you all. What do you think about these changes? Which operator got the best buff or nerf? And what operators do you want to see change next? I don't know, so let me know down in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more amazing Rainbow Six Siege content. I'm the Battle Moon and I will see you in the next siege.